coming in. You gotta go low to the plate.
Oh God, I don't know how I'm gonna eat. I can't eat when I'm on my stomach.
Come on.
No, I almost ate one of the grapes.
I'm really stressed out now. I'm really stressed out. Okay, but we can't laugh because that's going to distract us. So you just have to
I'm not laughing.
Get out your giggles right now. 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year! You couldn't do it well.
This is how Joey Chestnut must feel.
Happy New Year!
Hi, I'm Maddie, and this year I'm feeling greedy. I usually pick a guiding word at the start of the year, a word that holds my central theme or desire for those 365 days that I can repeat inside of my head to keep myself aligned with what's the most important to me. This year, however, I've picked 5 words: creative, curious, capable, cultured, and cunt. Creative, because there's nothing more important to me than indulging my creative self, switching mediums as often as I want, living a full creative life, centering creativity even outside of the projects that I'm working on. Curious, because I'm constantly changing and want to greet my next self with neutrality and grace. I want to dig into myself with an open mind, and I'm just interested in learning more about how I feel and how it's been changing over time. Capable, because I am, and I want the courage to trust my intuition more. Cultured, because being a well-educated woman has always been important to me. I want to travel more, read more books, visit museums I've never been to, find artists within mediums I've never tried myself to resonate with. I want to reach my arms out wide and scoop up as much of the world as I can try. And lastly, cunt, because I want to be the woman of my dreams while I do it.
I got something kind of exciting in the mail this morning. I've talked before on this channel about how I have struggled with recurrent BV infections in the past. I was stuck in this cycle where my period would trigger a BV flare-up for me. I would go to the doctor, get antibiotics, and they would work very temporarily, and then the BV would come back the next time I got my period as if nothing had ever happened. I was literally running experiments on myself to try to figure out what could solve my problem. But I just found out about Evie, which is an at-home vaginal microbiome testing kit that you can get. And Evie's the sponsor of today's video. The test screens for over 700 different kinds of bacteria, including microbes associated with vaginal discomfort, recurrent BV, and other yeast-like symptoms. I truly cannot even begin to tell you how helpful this would have been to have during the time when I was actively struggling with recurrent BV infections. I cried all the time about that. It was so frustrating not knowing what was wrong with my body or how to help myself. Unfortunately, there's so much of women's health that is just not as deeply researched as it should be. The female body should not be a medical mystery. And Evie is gonna analyze the entire vaginal ecosystem at once, including both the disruptive and the protective bacteria, to get more of a full picture of what's going on. The swabbing process takes less than 5 minutes. They give you all the supplies to just take your sample, package it back up, and send it back in this very same box. And then if eligible, an Evie affiliated clinician will review your results alongside of your symptoms and history and help prescribe the right treatment for you. So if you're interested in checking out Evie, you can just go to the link in the description of this video and use code Dragsbaek10 for 10% off your first purchase. Again, everything's gonna be linked in the description of today's video. And thank you again to Evie, my God, because it's so good to have actual answers about what's going on with your body. I'm in the process of redoing my bedroom to make it the set of Emotionally Online. Step 1 is officially complete and the whole room already looks different. Step 1 was just hiring a TaskRabbit to come in and wallpaper the wall, hang up the neon sign I had made, and mount a shelf. And it already worked fucking wonders in here. Like, you're joking. It looks actually perfect. And see, this is innovation, okay? I can't afford to live in a 2-bed or rent out a studio space, so what are we gonna do? Turn my bedroom into my studio and just shove all my equipment underneath my bed. Yeah! But now comes the fun part, which is, of course, decorating. I'm mostly just gonna be decorating the shelf, but I did get some wall art. One piece that I've had my eye on for a minute, and the other piece just something cute that I found on Etsy. So the first one, I think I'm probably just gonna put this resting on the shelf, but it's this like dark red portrait of two people making out, and it says love always, which just feels very me and very emotionally online coded. This next one is one that I've had my eye on for a while, and it's this piece by Small White Monster, a skeleton smoking in an empty movie theater. I just think it's so gorgeous and so fun. Was so eager to get this print in the mail. I ordered it literally almost 2 months ago. So in the original Emotionally Online art, I am talking on a rotary phone, and there's been video clips of me using the rotary phone playing at the beginning of the show for the entire time the show has existed, which is 4 years now, which is kind of crazy. So I wanted to get a rotary phone to exist as a prop in the set. I actually did buy an actual like landline phone that connects to your Bluetooth on your phone, so you can receive calls on a landline just from your phone. It's not this, but it is also red, and it's going to be hung on the wall in my living room. This is merely just a prop, though the woman that I bought it from told me that it does work. So if I ever want an actual landline, this does work. Holy fuck! As I'm recording, I just got sent the rough cut of the Pumpcast intro, which is our version of the Vanderpump Rules theme song. Holy fuck, I'm so excited. Let's watch it.
I am the devil, and don't you forget it. You're a woman with a mustache! I take sketch comedy very seriously. The whore is there! I'm not sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio. The only thing I have holding me back is that I have self-respect and dignity. Pumpcast.
You're joking. I feel like I'm just gonna take a page out of my own book from the living room and do a bunch of wine bottles with dried flowers in them, because I love how it looks in my living room, and I think I'm gonna love how it looks in my bedroom too, so why not? And I have so many of them at this point because I've been saving all of my empty wine bottles over the last couple months. All right, I think this is where we're gonna start, and we'll just let things grow and evolve as the season goes on. But I'm feeling good about this to start. But you see how much work this side of the room needs now? Like, it's just very uninspiring compared to this side, and when I'm laying in bed, that's the side I have to look at. So now I'm dying to fix that, and I don't really have a clear vision of how yet. The other thing that I got that I don't know if I'm gonna hang up on this side is this pendant that says Lover Girls on it. I got it because I thought it would be a cute set piece, but I almost feel like there's too much going on. So I might save this to go on that wall. Maybe not though. Maybe you'll see this appear in the background of Emotionally Online in like a month. I don't know. But I'm gonna hang on to it for now because I'm indecisive and I don't wanna fuck up the wallpaper. So over the last 3 months, I've been working on 2 pretty major projects. Number 1, a rebrand for my podcast, Emotionally Online, hey! And along with that rebrand, a new show. Ooh, it's still a part of Emotionally Online, but basically now there's 2 shows that air on the Emotionally Online podcast feeds. Podcast number 1, Emotionally Online as you have always known and loved her. Podcast number 2, The Pumpcast, a Vanderpump Rules rewatch podcast hosted by me and my bestie Meg. But we got all of the photo shoot assets back, and I am losing my fucking mind at how perfect all of the photos are for both the Emotionally Online rebrand and the Pumpcast. It's fucking crazy. Vibes are good. My bagel and matcha just arrived. It's really just like reignited so much creative energy for me to get to work on this. I'm gonna collapse. They gave me a hot matcha. Okay, well, bad things do happen to good people. I did also order a glass bottle Diet Coke though. So you know what? She will never fail me. She will never disappoint me. Nobody would ever serve me a hot Diet Coke. What the hell? We kept to mostly my bedroom for the Emotionally Online photo shoot, but we did take a couple in my living room in front of the green couch, which just felt like a nice way to honor the first 4 years of doing the show on my gorgeous green couch, because now, of course, I turned my bedroom into a set, as you guys know. I'm obsessed with these. Also, that cup is full of Nowadays, which is a THC beverage that I have been loving, but we just needed something in the glass, and I didn't want to open a new bottle of wine to do this because I was just gonna waste the wine, and my bottle of Nowadays was already open and in the fridge, so I poured myself a glass of Nowadays to do this shoot just so that we had a prop. But while you're shooting, you're like taking genuine sips of it to make the photos look realistic and the videos we were taking look realistic. I was high as fuck by the end of this shoot, and I've been literally living in this leopard robe. I love it. Karina, Really Blonde of Really Hot Creative, shot these, and she also shot the original art for Emotionally Online. She crushes it every single time. I just feel like she sees my vision. We are so aligned, and yeah, feeling very good about all of these. I love the ones where I'm jumping on the bed and just like whipping my hair back and forth. So fun. So fun. Okay, pump cast. This was like the most fun day ever. I made a little behind the scenes video on Patreon if you want to go check that out. We rented out a bar to do this stuff, our own little version of Sir Sexy Unique Restaurant and Lounge. Come on now. And we went with these 2 Selkie dresses because we wanted to give Lisa Vanderpump opulent, gaudy Lisa motherfucking Vanderpump, and it's giving exactly that. These ones are probably my favorite of us pouring the drinks a la Jax and Tom Sandoval. They've been fired. We've replaced them. We now have jobs, thank God. Everyone's employed. Also love these ones with the blowing of the roses, a la Sheena Shea and Lala, I think were the reference for this one. Sheena with the drinks, Lala with the roses. So I was allowing the spirit of Sheena Shea to compel me, as I so often do. Because we're good as gold. See, and we got these hats to tie in to the Lisa Vanderpump fantasy of it all. Fuck. Lisa would be so proud. Somebody send this to her on Instagram. Right now I'm working on queuing everything up for the launch and just making it all beautiful and gorgeous for all of our social assets. And I'm having the best time ever. This is actually so much fun for me. This is either the best thing that's gonna happen to me all year or my greatest disappointment of 2026 so far. I have been on the hunt for my perfect boot for God knows how long. And I have had the Dolce Vita extended calf boots on my radar since they extended the extended back in September. Please, 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 can I have one thing? I got 2 pairs. Woo! I'm so excited. I got a little crazy, and we got patent red leather cowboy boots. Like, you're kidding and joking. Like, sorry. These calves looking very promising right now. Pair number 2. Now, these were the ones that I tried to buy last year, but they didn't fit. So please, please let them fit. Again, looking very promising with this calf. Boom, a classic black boot. The Torrid Squeaker Stompers can finally be retired, assuming they fit, which I'm feeling very good about. We're just gonna roll up my sweatpants and slay the day away. I'm about to start saying Hail Marys or something. Are you fucking kidding me? War is over. How many years have I been talking about wanting to find... You guys don't understand. Or maybe you do, because you've been listening to me yap about this for fucking years. And I could even wear a thick sock with these, okay? They're not even squeezing my foot. Like, these are comfy, bro. So if those fit, I'm feeling very good about these fitting. Dolce Vita, okay? I'm about to suck your fucking nipples. Okay, these ones are a little tighter, but they zip. I'm making a mess of my living room right now. I'm just so excited I can't even, I'm just like throwing this shit out. I'm like, let's go, move, move, move. These ones fit perfectly. These are a little bit more snug than The red ones. Oh my God. Would you look at those boots? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. You've never seen new boot goofing like this before. Literally fucking never. It's like an actual snow day. How exciting is it to have an actual snow day after like years of it barely snowing in New York? The Oscar nominations came out a couple days ago and I did a whole live reaction over on the Patreon.
F1.
What? But I've done mostly a good job of watching all of the major nominees. As usual, the categories that I'm faltering in are like the visual effects and like documentary categories. There's definitely an order inside my head in terms of like which movies I'm gonna leave for last when Oscar's death racing, because to be honest with you, I just don't want to watch Avatar or Jurassic World Rebirth or whatever the fuck. Like, who cares? Why is that nominated for an Oscar? But I do have a ticket to see The Voice of Hin Rajab next week. In terms of new releases, I feel like I haven't been to the movies that much this month. What did I see? I went to the movies 4 times this month, so it was low for me, but that's still more than most people. So I saw 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, which I really liked. I do just generally like the 28 Years franchise. I liked The Bone Temple better than the 28 Years Later that came out last year, mostly because it centers more on Dr. Kelson, played by Ray Fiennes, who I just love. It was silly, it was scary. It's kind of the perfect combination of those things, which is my bread and butter when it comes to horror. I love when there's a balance between gore and horror and like genuinely these moments of relief that you can laugh at, and I thought The Bone Temple did a great job of that. Then I saw The Chronology of Water, which is Kristen Stewart's debut direction, that made me feel like Kristen Stewart should have just been a director all along. It takes so many risks in a way that really excites me. It is an emotional watch and it is a damn good one, and I'm just excited to see where she goes next because I'm fascinated by her style. Then I saw The Plague, which is basically like a thriller-ish movie about the horrors of being a 13-year-old boy at a water polo summer camp. Scary, very scary. I don't wish to go back to knowing 13-year-old boys ever in my life. I thank God every day that I never was a 13-year-old boy. And then I saw The Testament of Anne Lee, which I hated. I thought it was so mind-numbingly boring and it didn't get nominated for any Oscars, so would you look at that. I've been reading so much about what's happening in Minnesota. Specifically, I was deep in the Minneapolis subreddit this morning and holy shit. It's so mind-boggling to me that anyone on earth can defend the Trump administration, what's happening. Like at this point, I don't know what you could possibly say to like your brainwashed MAGA uncle to make him see things differently. Speaking from experience as someone who does have a brainwashed MAGA uncle that I cut off. And we've felt this way for years at this point, right? But it's like to continue day after day watching things get worse and worse and worse, and these people still don't see it. I'm like, I actually just think you are rotted from the inside out. ICE has been kidnapping, making people disappear, abducting children for years. But obviously under Trump, everything is being escalated. ICE shouldn't exist, period. ICE should have been abolished so fucking long ago, it's not even funny. But the fact that now under Trump, the lack of training that these people go through is becoming less and less and less, and they're given this kind of untouchable authority where they're just wielding guns and making people disappear, and like a fucking esthetician goes through more training than they do. It's execution. The federal government is executing Americans. I don't understand how anyone could see what's happening and be like, that's my president. I'm losing my mind. I think I'm gonna do a full podcast episode talking about everything that's going on in Minnesota and just sort of the country in general, because I have so much to say. And yeah, I want to do some journaling on this and writing down all of my thoughts so I don't forget anything. So go listen to Emotionally Online. By the time this video goes up, I've probably already done the episode. Do I feel confident about what I'm about to do? No. Am I still gonna do it? Yeah. Because ultimately, I feel like I've just been staring at this for weeks now. I've done like 5 episodes of the podcast without this being hung. And if it turns out I don't like it, and I put a hole in the wallpaper for nothing, then we pivot and I put something else there. I don't know. Life is too short to worry about doing things incorrectly. Let yourself do it incorrectly, and then if you hate it, we figure it out. How do we feel about it? I don't know. Do I want to hang this up with it is the question. Does anybody have thoughts? Well, don't tell me them, because I'm just gonna do it, and then if you comment and say you hate it, it'll be way too late. Don't make me feel bad about things I can't change. Imagine when it gets filled out with more postcards to Mango over time. Then it won't seem as random, you know? There'll be other little bits and bobs. Does it look crazy? No. No, it doesn't look crazy. Now imagine when I have a couple more over here, okay? That's idea 1. Idea 2, we get a skinny plant over here, fake, obviously. Now, then, imagine over here on this side, we get a hanging plant that trickles down the side and gives you more to look at here. And then, I don't know, maybe eventually put something up here. Just, you know, food for thought. Does the grief get easier? I don't know. For me, it hasn't. It doesn't feel unfamiliar the way that it did in September. I mean, in September, it was bad. I felt like the pain in my chest was actually unbearable. The pain in my chest is still unbearable. That's why I say it hasn't gotten better. I've just gotten used to it. It's not an unfamiliar feeling to me anymore. It's not shocking when I wake up and remember anymore, necessarily. And I do find that the sadness hits me like fast and suddenly now. I was listening to a song in the shower the other day, and there's a line in it that says, "If only time was kinder, you would still be here." And I was just sobbing suddenly. And I've listened to the song before. It's not that it was my first time listening to it, but sometimes little things like that will hit me differently out of nowhere. And then I was in the car a couple days ago going to my nail appointment, and I was on my phone, and I looked up and out of my window once, and I immediately made eye contact at a graffiti on a wall that just said Goomba, which was one of my nicknames for Mango. It was actually probably the one I used the most with her. Mango the Gooey Girl is what I called her online, but in our house, what I would refer to her as most of the time wasn't Mango, wasn't Gooey, wasn't Goo. It was Goomba or Gooba. And so I'm sitting in the car and I look up and I make eye contact. It's the only time I look up in the whole car ride, and I make direct eye contact with this graffiti that says Goomba. I was like, I am very grateful for moments like that. Those moments feel like a warm hug to me. But has it gotten easier? No. And I don't know if it ever will. Life is not fair. She was too young. She was too little. And I think I'll always be sad about that.
January was a weird grab bag of things that inspired me. A month that I spent mostly just in my own space, in my own apartment, focused solely on bringing my own creative visions to fruition. Of course, the rebrand of Emotionally Online and the launch of the Pumpcast. And I'm really proud of that, and I'm so happy with how everything has turned out. But in the moments that I was a consumer instead of a creator, there were a few key things that really caught my attention. The Psychology of Fashion by Leslie Jamison. This was an article in the New Yorker that I absolutely loved. Signing up for magazine subscriptions has been such a fun part of this year so far. I love any excuse to get off my phone and into some more offline activities. So there I was, drinking my morning matcha, listening to Sunrise Series 03, just having finished up the crossword in the back of the magazine, and starting to indulge in some of the write-ups. This one caught my eye for obvious reasons. As a fashion lover and a woman who believes everything is worth overanalyzing, all fashion sends a message. Intentional or unintentional, we are always communicating more than we think we are. And I'm sure you remember being in high school, feeling annoyed in your English class as you analyzed the color of the door and whether or not it held any significance, and just thinking to yourself, like, fuck, can't the door just be blue because it's blue? Why does it have to be blue because it means something specific? Like, fuck, is it really that deep? Yes. Everything is always that deep. The Fire in My Heart choreography by Mauro VD Kirko. I have watched this choreography on a loop this month, as I'm sure many of you guys have as well. First time I saw it, I sent it to literally everyone I knew that is even remotely interested in dance. I love when movement feels as electric and urgent as this choreography does. And as a result, this song has been on repeat in my apartment as well. Recollections by Miss Medley M. It's no surprise this piece resonated with me. It actually reminds me of how I edited the video I made after Mango died, seeing flashes of her around my apartment and all the places that she used to be. Someone sent me this piece on Instagram and I immediately fell in love with it. I bought myself a print instantly, and now it sits in a frame above my bed that you can see in some of the newer episodes of Emotionally Online. At Rest by Tina Figarelli. Another piece of cat art that really struck me this month, and a feeling that I miss deeply. I often hope that she's still here somehow. I've actually had multiple dreams where she has come back to life. She'll appear and everyone around me will look in shock and awe, like, how is this possible that she's here? And yet she is. I feel really close to her during those dreams, but maybe she still is here and I just can't see her. Maybe when I feel my anxiety dissipate from my chest out of nowhere, it's her laying down right on my chest like she used to. I can't prove it, but maybe we're still together somehow, even now when she's at rest. For my nail appointment this month, I just wanted a super reflective red nail. I wasn't sure what it was called. I'd seen a bunch of photos online for reference. I guess they're called cat eye nails or glass nails. And my nail tech was so excited to give it a go. She asked if she could try doing a heart on one of my fingers. And I said, absolutely. I'm your canvas. Let's do whatever you want. And she ended up getting the heart on her first try, and she was so excited about it. And I guess they had actually been trying out the technique in the salon earlier that day, and me coming in asking for these types of nails was just a happy coincidence. She called over all the other women in the salon to show off her work. She was so proud of it. And I just felt inspired to watch this play out from the perspective of the canvas, watching another creative person try something new and get so excited to show it off to friends. Like, do you think that's how my body feels when I adorn her in beautiful clothes? You know, like maybe my own thoughts as the creator drown out the thoughts of my body when she is the canvas and I'm the stylist. Do you think this is how my apartment felt when I moved in and decorated her? Is this just what it feels like to be bathed in someone else's art and watch it be celebrated? Like, have I contributed something magical to the world as a result? I don't know. I think it just dawned on me that I was witnessing someone celebrate art from the perspective of the canvas, and I thought that was really inspiring. It's kind of been a strange month because I haven't left the house much. I mean, it's January. Nobody's really leaving the house much. But I wanted to start doing these end of the month vlog recaps of any footage that I took. And as I went to edit this, I was like, oh my God, I left the house like 2 times. It was really a month for creative hibernation for me. And I feel really proud of everything that came out of it. So I guess it was for the best, even though this video makes it look like I don't ever leave my house, which I guess is true. I guess it's not a lie. But fear not, I do think that February's vlog will probably be a little bit more interesting. If you want to support what I do here on this channel, you can go check out my Patreon, where I post a ton of bonus content. Of course, I have my podcast, Emotionally Online, that airs every Thursday. If you like what I do over here, you're going to love what I do over there. And now I have a second podcast, the Pumpcast, that also airs on the Emotionally Online feeds on Tuesdays, which is a Vanderpump Rules rewatch podcast. And I'd love to see you guys over there as well. Give your cats a kiss on the forehead with me. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.